Here we go again. Once again, a golden opportunity is slipping through the hands of a franchise that simply cannot afford to make mistakes. Do you want to compete? Do you want to build something serious? Then how is it possible to lose a key piece before even stepping onto the field? Imagine a player who has the ability to completely change an offense. A guy who can turn an average quarterback into a star, who can draw double attention from the defense and open up space for others. A true game changer. Now imagine that this player, who could have changed the fate of your team, was simply taken off the table. And it wasn't for lack of interest. It was because another team did what needed to be done. What does this mean for the season? How will the Carolina Panthers react after this bombshell? Stick with me, because this story is much bigger than it seems. The Carolina Panthers are at a crucial moment. After a disappointing season, everyone knows this franchise needs talent. They need a player who can come in and make noise, who can create an immediate impact. And there was a name circulating, a player who could be the answer to the team's offensive problems. The Panthers' offense has struggled. Bryce Young needs weapons, needs a reliable target. Someone who can stretch the field and make life easier. Someone with experience, with the ability to make explosive plays. And let's be honest, this team does not have the luxury of waiting another year or two to develop a draft talent. They needed a big name, and they needed it now. And here comes the problem. While the Panthers were keeping an eye out, another team decided to act. They decided not to take risks and kept their key piece. And then came the news that many feared. The Cincinnati Bengals placed the franchise tag on T. Higgins. Do you know what that means? It means that once again the Panthers will need to scour the market and find another way. The best available option to transform this offense? Out of the question. Now I ask, how did this front office not see this coming? How can a team that wants to compete in the NFL afford to rely on an uncertain free agency without a concrete plan? The Panthers should have been prepared. They should have had a backup. But now they're back to square one. Look, I've seen this movie before. The Panthers cannot continue to be a team that almost makes big moves in the market. Almost brought in this player, almost closed that deal. That doesn't work. You look at the elite franchises in the NFL and you see teams that make moves, that act before they get caught off guard. The Bengals recognized T. Higgins' value and made a move. And the Panthers? Now they need to play catch-up. The impact of this goes beyond losing a player. It affects the confidence of the locker room, the fans, and more importantly, it affects Bryce Young. How do you develop a young quarterback without giving him reliable targets? How do you intend to build a dynamic offense if you miss the chance to bring in a receiver of Higgins' caliber? The Panthers needed this signing. And before someone says, "Oh, but they can look for another name in free agency," tell me who? The market is becoming increasingly competitive, and elite options are few. Higgins was one of the best possible scenarios for the Panthers, and now, there simply isn't a plan B that is on the same level. Audience engagement and participation. The Panthers fan base is already frustrated with the lack of progress, and this just adds more fuel to the fire. What are the fans saying? Some think this was yet another example of the team's lack of planning, while others are still trying to hold on to hope that a surprise move could happen. But what about you? As a Panthers fan, what do you think about this? Does the team still have a chance to fix this situation? Is there any viable alternative in the market? Or was this just another disappointment on a long list of mistakes? Comment below. I want to know your opinion. Can the Panthers still recover from this, or is it just another chapter of frustration for the franchise? Let's debate. If you liked this video and want more sharp analysis on the Panthers, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Here we don't sugarcoat things for the front office, we don't ignore problems, and we're not afraid to speak the truth. And let me know in the comments, what would be the ideal plan B for the Panthers right now? Should they look for another star, bet on the draft, or is it already over? I want to hear your opinion, so comment below and let's debate. Until next time.